All right, so everything came in today. The guitar, the amp, the wireless kit. Um, so here's the Silver Sky. Like I said, I got the maple fretboard version, so it's poplar body. Um, I think they call this finish Summit Purple or something like that. You can see the bird inlays, the traditional PRS. They're in kind of like an ash gray. I really don't like the way they looked in a lot of the videos. They definitely look better in person. I think they look pretty good. The rosewood fretboard ones, they're white, and I actually think this looks a little better. So, definitely some stuff that like a Fender purist probably wouldn't like about this. Obviously, if you're a fan of the traditional Fender headstock, this is quite a bit different from that. The tuning pegs are kind of like a brushed. They almost look a little bit plasticky, but they actually do feel pretty good. They're not plastic. It's like a brushed metal. Truss rod adjustment you can get into pretty easily. It tunes really easily. Like the tuning knobs turn nicely. Stays in tune really well. They're not locking pegs for the SE version, but just kind of vintage tuning pegs, but they work pretty well. Um, but yeah, I really like the feel of the neck on it. The action comes really low on it. They put I think tens on it as far as the strings. Um, all three pickups sound great on it. The knobs feel really good, nothing loose, everything turns really smoothly. And this switch looks a little bit different. You can see it's like wider, it's not kind of pointed tip, but honestly, it makes it a little bit easier to make sure that that you're not missing it when you go to toggle between the pickups. Tremolo's nice. It comes, just flat, but you can float it half step if you want to, so that you could raise notes too. But I'm sure I'll just leave it where it's at. But only really played with it for a little bit so far, but I really like it. Very different feel from my Les Paul. And one of the things I learned just from picking this guitar up right away is like I need to go to thinner strings on this Les Paul for sure. But I just like that I have two guitars that are so different from each other. So really gives me a variety of tones and things I would use for certain songs and that sort of thing. So came with a really nice gig bag. I think you could upgrade to a hard case or buy that separately if you wanted to. I'm not really going to be traveling with it much, but for just a gig bag that came with normally this is an $850 guitar. I got it for $650, which is crazy that I got it that cheap. So at that point, really at the $850 price point, it's kind of competing with the Stratocasters in the lower end line, the player line, I think they call it, from Fender, and those are made in Mexico. And as far as the sound of this guitar, the quality of the pickups, I think it's a much better value than the player guitars. You might be able to argue some of the Squier models are competitive with this, but getting it at $650, I think it was a steal, honestly, and it sounds great. I'll probably do some videos where I'm playing it and stuff, but just to show you the rest of the setup then. So then here's the Spark amp. So they call it the Positive Grid Spark 40 is what it is. So it has like 4 onboard presets that you can do, just like you got all your knobs there, delay, reverb, an overall output, your EQ knobs, and then amp modeling and stuff like that. But really, the big thing is this app, and I have the app up and running on Hazon's tablet here. So it comes with a bunch of built-in presets, and like literally whatever you select, you can go in and turn all the pedals on and off, tune all the knobs on all the pedals. So like you can really customize the setup of whatever kind of sound you want to get out of it. And then there's this cloud option where you can go in and download kind of presets other people have made and stuff like that, search through them, and there's thousands of those on here. So really, really flexible in terms of everything it can do. And then the other thing I got was, instead of a regular guitar cable, I got this wireless kit. So there's just one that plugs into the guitar, one that plugs into the amp, and then literally I can sit anywhere in the room and play. So that's really nice. I'm not necessarily tied to just this little space. I can sit up over on the kitchen table and pull up tabs on the tablet. There's some really nice features too, where you can play certain YouTube videos and it'll show you the chords that are being played for the various videos and stuff like that. So a lot of other nice stuff that this app does too. So, you know, the amp was $250, the wireless kit was about $50, and then $650 for the guitar. So, I mean, you know, I think I'm under $1,000 all in, and really a pretty nice setup. So, you know, I think just making it easy for me to pick up and play, sit anywhere in the room, that kind of stuff is really going to encourage me to play quite a bit more. So, probably do some videos of me playing here over the next couple days or something. But yeah, everything fits nicely on the desk. It has its own little spot there on the desk, fits right by the VR and the computer. So, I'm pretty happy with it.